Greeting, guys. Appreciate y'all watching in, tuning in. I hope you're all having a great weekend, and happy 2015. To start off this video, and even these like blogs that I'll be posting, some of them will be in video format, such as this one, and others will be written. I'm gonna open up with a quote. So rather than having a written quote, I'll just go ahead and say this, and it is: education is the key to success in life, and teachers make a lasting impact in the lives of their students. And that's by Solomon Ortiz. So first week in the schools, in my placement school, has been wonderful. It's funny because I kind of wrote a manuscript, or I wrote what this blog will be about, previous to noticing that this needs to be a vlog. Which is totally fine. I have no trouble getting in front of a camera and speaking. But I'm going to use this sort of manuscript that I wrote as the foundation of what I will talk about, which is about the first day of my placement school. So to kind of set the stage here and to preface what happened the first day, I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this too, that are pre-professional, or have never been in a school, or have, and they're going to another school or transitioning to a different setting. So I spent last semester in a high school, and that's really where I feel comfortable. That's where I feel accustomed to, acclimated to those children, that setting, that environment, and so on. And it was a great experience. Had a wonderful time. Loved my supervising teacher. So this semester, it's kind of all changed. I'm in a different school. Now I'm in a middle school in a different location with a different supervising teacher. So there's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of nervousness. But I want to ask you, have you ever been to a building or an office on your first day and ever felt at home? Did you ever feel comfortable, relaxed, and confident? To much of my surprise, my first day at my placement school was met with that. It was met with a sense of confidence, with relaxation, with a sense of belonging. When I stepped into the doors at my placement school, and I see some of the children beginning to come, because I get there rather early, so not the school's not filled up. But as soon as that bell rings, man, those halls get filled up. It was great, and I've met my supervising teacher prior to me, coming on the first day. But I'm not quite sure what she's used to doing, and obviously she's not used to what I'm doing. So there's a little bit of anxiety there, nervousness as to how this is going to play out, what she wants. But it just seemed that from the minute I stepped in and reintroduced myself and, got things going, she was very understanding. She, big smile on her face. She actually had brought me breakfast that morning, which was I thought was a really nice of her to do, and so we chatted about what where we're at in her class, and to let you all know that I am teaching 7th grade U.S. Social Studies, or U.S. History. So that's it. It's 5 classes. There's 7 periods. But half of a period is study hall, the other half is lunch, and then a full period is planning. So it typically runs 2 classes back to back, planning, and then we have another class, and then half a study hall, or half a period study hall, lunch, class. So I really like it, and it's gone really well so far. I've gotten to sit back and just to see my supervising teacher really observe, and that's what the structure of this program I'm in, the way that Dr. Bonnie and Dr. Hicks who are my teachers, advisors, director, and so on, of the program, how they've done this, it's been well designed, because I've heard from many people outside of it who are now professionals in education. They were teaching since day one. They kind of, their feet were set to the fire, and they kind of had to learn on the run and acclimate themselves rather quickly. And I mean, that at some point that's going to come for me. I'm going to have my opportunity, but for right now, I get to see where the students are. I get to know them a little bit. And so on. And there was another pleasant surprise too. What was the students in the class, in the school really. My placement school, I had this sort of preconception going in about what the students were like, where they're from, how they're going to act. And that wasn't the case, in our classes. And I got to talk to my supervising teacher about the makeup of her classes. The types of students that are in there, and so on. And you sit there throughout the period, and you kind of can tell these students have, they've got it down. They know what's going on. They're motivated. And then there's some students that struggle a little bit. Maybe they don't pay attention as much. Maybe they're not as engaged. Maybe they don't find the subject matter, interesting, and so on. So, I'm picking this up on my first day, and it just, again, the level of just feeling comfortable and relaxed and confident just seemed to, I felt it, and without missing a beat. My supervising teacher, she's doing something, I'm sitting back, I'm watching, and before I know, I'm walking around, I'm helping students, I'm interacting with them, I'm getting to know them a little bit. I'm sure they're as inquisitive as high school students, but they don't want to put you on the chopping block just yet. They'll wait and they'll say, "Hey, what about this and what about that and who are you and what are you doing? Are you married and how old are you and stuff?" But I kind of, my first day in high school, it was man, getting grilled, and but I enjoy it. It's fun because it's a way for me, again to get to know the students, but for them to also get to know me, because here's a 6 foot something guy walking into the classroom. In the beginning of 2015, they have no idea, like, why is this guy here? What's he doing? Shirt and tie and whatnot. So, I don't feel that they were as put off, and that could be the supervising teacher said, "Hey, heads up, this is what's about to happen. We're having a student teacher come in, and he's going to help us for the next few months." But, it was really good. It was, I felt like I accomplished, a lot on my first day, and that was to, come in with an open mind and open attitude, and to say, okay, how can I best serve this school, these students, and my supervising teacher? And it's that's really what I feel like right now, that's what my job is. That's what my my obligation to this program, and to the student teaching aspect of the program is to learn from my supervising teacher, but to also be available to help in whatever, grade papers, plan, help students, tutor students, whatever that may, whatever it looks like. It's different for other people. The point is first day I'm there, I'm talking to my supervising teacher, and I just was, hey, listen, I'm here to help you. I'm here to aid in whatever needs to be, whatever area needs to be addressed. And I'll have my chance to teach a unit and to do the lessons and so on, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we were talking about it the other day, and I could do it next week if I had to. But and my supervising teacher, she understands where I'm at in life, with being married and going through classes and stuff. So she said, well, let's hold off on don't worry about just doing something just yet, but we'll have you in about a month or so do a unit on World War II. So really looking forward to that. And I think that maybe another point to make too is I think a lot, and my experience right now is going to be totally different from my experience back in the fall. There's two different schools, there's two different locations, two different, just in a lot of ways, the middle school, high school, you know what I'm saying? You could look at the area, you could look at the makeup of the schools and whatnot. But I think too, content, what I was studying in high school, or what we were going through in high school, is different from what we're going through here. And I think that personally, my content knowledge is a lot stronger in U.S. history than maybe in world history, which I was working on last semester. Now, that doesn't mean I just walked in like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I have no idea what I'm doing. Heck no. I looked at the textbook. I got with my supervising teacher. I acclimated myself. I learned. I had to make myself an expert because students were asking me, "Hey, Mr. Radford, what's I need help with this," and it's similar. They're saying, "Hey, Mr. Radford, help me. I need to understand prohibition, which is where we're at right now in the early 1900s, moving into the Roaring '20s and Great Depression." So it's good to know that I'm we're in a content that I'm familiar with, that I'm comfortable, like my content knowledge, my prior knowledge is there, with it. And so I can really help the students beyond just what's in their textbook or what's in their workbooks and so on. So it makes it really nice. But to kind of wrap this up, and I know I've been talking a long time, I appreciate you sticking with me and listening, and I'm really excited about this experience. Something that I'm really looking forward to outside of the realm of I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to be learning, I'm going to be practicing, methods and strategies and so on, is really learning about my professional dispositions and what my classroom is going to look like and what I feel like is really important, not just for my teaching skills, but for my students. And, I think it's important that, not only in what I do, but, I have to believe in that. I have to believe in what I do, how I do it, and most importantly, why I do it. So I'm really looking forward to this season, this semester being the opportunity for me to really hone in on those dispositions, really hone in on my practices and my skills and so on, so that I consider myself to be rather transparent with my what I go through and stuff. So surely down the road I'll be sharing more with you all about what I'm learning, and even in my professional dispositions, how they shift, how they change, if obviously I believe in creating an environment that fosters respect, open-mindedness, and there's a long list of them that I'm sure I'll get to at another time. But just briefly, that's really what I see this as an opportunity for us to go deeper. Because there's times where I've had to ask myself, is this for me? And so I'm looking forward to the opportunity in this moment of life. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. Have a great rest of the weekend.